What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm gonna be showing y'all one of my favorite catfish builds in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now, this is gonna be the stretch 4 Kevin Durant build with contact dunks, and I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of the best power forwards that we can possibly make in NBA 2K23. Now look, this build comes with a lot of potential. We're going to be able to get contact dunks and pro dribble moves, but when it comes down to our attributes, we have the potential to reach a 100 plus when it comes down to the driving dunk, layup, mid-range, three-pointer, free throw, block, interior defense, as well as our defensive rebound. Now, this is probably one of my favorite builds also that I've brought to y'all this year. Now look, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And also smash that like button. So we're going to go ahead and get started with creating this build. Now we're going to be making it under the power forward position like I said. When it comes down to the actual body settings, this is going to be a crucial factor in order to get all of the animations and the build name. So look, we're going to go with the height of 6'10". Now when it comes down to the weight, go with 222 pounds. And then as for the wingspan, we got to go ahead and put this to 6'10". Now the body shape that I like, in which is going to take up the most space, is going to be built. From here, let's get into the breakdown of our attributes and start with the physicals. Now I'm going to go with the speed of a 78, 74 acceleration, 70 strength, 75 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now I really like this part of the build, and I think we're really balanced, especially with all 5 areas. And if you did want to make adjustments, you can definitely go ahead and do so. From here, we're going to move up the list and let's get started with the defense. Now for the interior, I'm going to go with an 80-70 perimeter defense, 35 steal, 87 block with an 85 defensive rebound. Now we're going to get a total of 18 defensive badges, and I like glove and interceptor, also post lockdown, chase down artist, box out beast, and challenger. And we're going to be able to maintain silver anchor as well as rebound chaser. Now this is what we're going to look like on the defensive end, and remember, if you want to make adjustments you can do so. I'm going to leave the numbers like this, so let's go ahead and get started with the playmaking. Now we get a total of 15 badges. I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of a 70, 80 ball handle with a 70 speed with ball. And with these 15 badges, I like hyperdrive and killer combos, also handles for days. And I think one of the better badges for this build on the playmaking end will be quick first step on silver. Now look, if you throw one extra badge into this area, we're going to be able to get unpluckable on silver as well. Now I think to get started with the playmaking, we're off to a good end, so let's go ahead and move into the shooting. Now for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with an 85, 92 three-pointer with an 80 free throw, and with these 27 badges, every single one for tier 1 will be in Hall of Fame. Now close to it for tier 2, but we do get Agent 3 and Green Machine, and then for tier 3, we're going to be able to get limitless range on the gold tier as well. And I think this pairs up very nicely, especially with the badges out of tier 1 like Amped as well as Space Creator. Now I'm really liking how this build is shaping out to come. Let's go ahead and get started with the finishing. Now we get 14 badges. I'm going to go with a close shot of a 67, 55 standing dunk, and an 85 driving layup as well as our driving dunk. Now I'm liking Giant Slayer and Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, also Silver Slithery. Then for tier 2, Limitless Takeoff as well as Fearless Finisher. And if you throw your 2 extra badge points into this area, we're going to be able to get Posterizer on the silver tier. And I think that's what makes this build very special on both ends of the floor. We're going to be able to finish on the inside, shoot from deep, be a playmaker, as well as play some pretty elite defense. Now this is what we're going to be looking like as far as when it comes down to attributes. With these takeovers, we get the slashing, shot creating, sharpshooting, and rim protecting. Now to fit this catfish perfectly, I'm going to go with finishing moves Takeover. Now the second one, I would consider ankle breaking shots or limitless range, but if you want to be best on the defensive end, I would go with paint intimidation. Now let's go ahead and check out the build name to make sure we made it correctly, and if you followed every single step exactly, we should be getting these three comparisons, and as y'all can see, we have created the Catfish Stretch 4 build with contact dunks in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now look, if you made it this far into the video, let me know in the comments, have you made any adjustments or did you follow along? But when it comes down to the actual attributes as a whole, remember, the better you play, the gradually and better your stats will go up. Now if you buy your own boost, that's going to be a +5. And if you do decide to run with a teammate that equips Floor General on Hall of Fame, that's going to be a +4. And with the 2 takeover boosts activated, that's a +10 towards 2 separate areas of this build. Now I'm liking what this build came out to be as far as for the stats. Let's go ahead and get started with the badge layout. Now for the finishing end, I'm going to go with Giant Slayer, Pro Touch and Slithery, Fearless Finisher, and Core Limitless Takeoff. Now with the fact that we're able to get contact dunks and get posterizer if you throw your extra badge points into this area, I think it makes it the perfect catfish small forward or power forward for your team, whether you're running the rec or 3v3. But when it comes down to the shooting, I'm going to go with Amped, Midi Magician, Space Creator, Volume Shooter, Green Machine, Agent 3, and Limitless Range as our core badge. Now, I think this is going to be one of the best offensive builds that I brought to y'all this year, especially with the fact that we're able to pretty much do everything all the way down to the defensive end. Now, with the playmaking, we have all the perfect badges needed in order to dribble, Unpluckable, Vice Grip, and Quick First Step, also Killer Combos, Clamp Breaker, Handles for Days, and Hyperdrive, and the best thing about it is that we get all of these badges out of Tier 1. Now for the defense, I'm going to go with Glove and Interceptor, Chase Down Artist, Box Out Beast with Anchor as the core badge, with Silver Rebound Chaser. Now we're definitely going to be able to hold our own on the defensive end, and I think this makes the perfect centerpiece for your big man. Whether or not you're going to take this into a 2s type game mode 3v3 or even the 5s, I think you're going to be able to adjust just fine in any game mode. Now again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for your support. And if you did make it this far into the video, and it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button and be sure to comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be getting back to y'all with a response. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.